On this episode of Southeast Iowa Today, I am back at the Washington Public Library in Washington, Iowa, and I'm visiting with Millie Youngquist. She is the current Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Washington, Iowa, and she wants to be Washington, Iowa's next mayor. They are having an election April 30th, 2024, which is on this date. I'm recording this on April 24th, so next Tuesday, less than a week away, the citizens of Washington will be voting for a new mayor. And this episode is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer. They've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops present Southeast Iowa Today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's meet Millie. Millie, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you on. You are involved with the Performing Arts series here locally. You're the chair of the Washington Hotel Motel Committee. You are the chair for the Great Places Committee, Farm to Festival executive director, or you're involved with that. I might got my notes wrong when I said executive director. I believe you're executive director of Community Foundation.
Right.
And besides all that, you're Mayor Pro Tem, and now on April 30th, you're hoping that you're the next Mayor of Washington, Iowa. What are you thinking with all this busyness?
I love my community and I love all the organizations I've been involved with, and they all weave together to help me to be an effective and forward-thinking mayor.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, if someone thinks they're busy and they can't do it, it looks like all they have to do is think of Millie and maybe get a little inspiration on that.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. So obviously you've been on part of the Washington City Council for quite a while. How long now?
8.5 years.
8.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then back in January of 2023, I think it was,
right. Mm-hmm.
You became Mayor Pro Tem.
That's right.
And that was the result of the issues that the then Mayor Jaron Rosine had. In fact, on that subject with Mayor Jaron Rosine, with his issues, January 16th of this year, 2024, while you, the Mayor Pro Tem, were out of town, the Washington City Council voted 5-0 to send Mayor Jaron Rosine a letter asking him to resign from office. Rosine had spent the prior 11 months on a voluntary, unpaid leave of absence after being accused of third-degree sexual abuse by the state of Iowa, which announced those charges January 24th of 2023. And after many postponements and delays, Rosine's trial is now scheduled for May of 2024. What were your thoughts of the timing of the City Council's letter to Jaron Rosine? Because you were out of town.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that was going to happen?
I was aware that there was an item on the agenda that came on at the very last minute, because I was the location I was out of the country, and I was checking my email, and I emailed with the person who was filling in for me that day. So I knew that something was coming on the agenda, and I received a phone call that very day from the newspaper asking for a comment. I think this was triggered with another announcement of an extension of his trial, and no one knew when when I took the role of Mayor Pro Tem, we thought it would be a few months. And it was gradually, with the postponements, taking a much longer time than we thought. And when the council decided to ask for Jaron's resignation, when I got home, I talked with Jaron and explained, how the council felt. And in the end, he agreed that it was the best interest of the city that he stepped down. So he submitted his resignation. And the council called for a special election, and here we are.
Here you are.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, today is April 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been Mayor Pro Tem then? Is it?
Since about the 1st of February of 23.
23.
So,
over a year.
14 months.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that time, being a city council person before that, how different has it been Mayor Pro Tem? I mean, you're in the seat.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The Mayor Pro Tem and the Mayor are in charge of leading the meetings. And luckily I had good examples in the previous 2 mayors, and I've been on the council for 8.5 years. So it wasn't a totally new experience, but it was different to be the one, moving the meeting along, asking for opinions, kind of guiding things.
Sure.
The Mayor Pro Tem also serves on many different city, county, and regional committees. I'm on the Emergency Management Commission, the 911 Committee, Communication Commission, the SEMCO Landfill Board, and I've also participated in some other committees. So it's not just the meetings, but you are busy many times of the day, and every day is different. And you need to have a flexible schedule.
Oh, I bet so. Now, how do they determine who is Mayor Pro Tem in those extreme situations like that came up with Mayor Jaron Rosine?
Mayor Pro Tem is a designated role within the city. There is someone, and the mayor selects that person who, in that case, I think I was chosen because I had the most experience being on council at that time. So I've been the Mayor Pro Tem, but haven't had to step in except 1 or 2 meetings previous to this time.
Sure, and you thought, okay, when this happened, it wouldn't be 14 months.
No, I mean, I had no idea it would be that long.
Yeah. So, your visions now, from your unique experiences from all those committees that you're on, all those organizations that I mentioned at the top of the interview, what drives you? What makes you know that you are the most qualified person to be the leader of the city of Washington, Iowa?
Thank you. Yes. There are many things the city needs to work on and continue to work on. I like to use the example of Chinese acrobats, the ones that are spinning plates on sticks.
Yes.
We have maybe 20 or more plates spinning at all times. We have to keep the momentum going.
Because when you're looking to your left, the one down at the far right is wobbling.
You don't want to have any crashes.
Right.
So one of the things that maybe is not exciting and glamorous is infrastructure. Currently, we are working on televising an old sewer called the Egg Sewer in the southwest part of the city. And we don't know what we're going to find. Hopefully, it's something we can deal with and fix, but we might have to do more extensive work. We don't know at this point. We're also evaluating the city's water service lines for lead. Just yesterday, I went to watch the maintenance and construction team doing this. They are digging a hole in the front yard next to the water cutoff and going down, sometimes very deep, sometimes 5 to 6 feet, and looking to see what those pipes are made of. We are trying to eliminate lead, because as we all know, lead is not good to be drinking.
Just ask the people that live in Flint, Michigan.
That's exactly right. So, and this is a federal mandate that we must do this, and we're getting close with the residential, and now we'll start with the commercial. So all of those things are, we have to keep those going. Housing is another area. We've had some really nice homes built, but we need to look at affordable housing for residents. And I would also like to work with the schools to develop student-built housing projects. They've done this in neighboring towns with great success, and that could be a training program for the schools and the students, and also a benefit to the city. One thing that's come evident to me is that we need to improve communication with residents, because we get that our newspaper has gone down to 2 days a week. A lot of people don't get the newspaper, and how do they get the news? We have a website, but maybe we need to do more. I would like to look into having a Facebook page for the city, and possibly a mayoral blog where I would, write about development.
Sure.
I'd also like to work to improve communication with city staff and do team building and let them know they are appreciated, and find out what ideas they have that would help the efficiency and improve the city.
Have you visited with those folks already?
I've talked to some of them individually, but if elected, I would make a concerted effort to go to all the different departments of the city, because we have maintenance and construction, fire, police, library, water, sewer, parks. We have multiple departments. I've met with department heads, but not the whole department. That's what I'd like to do.
Do you have a sense that there may be some that are disgruntled or not happy with the way things go right now, or are they happy with the way things go?
I would say maybe there are some that might have improvements. I don't think there's a mutiny in our hands or
Sure.
anything like
Okay.
that.
Well, that's
but I do
good.
think that with as the mayor pro tem, with my unknown length of service, I wasn't able to do that, or didn't feel that was my place.
Right.
But if elected, voted in by the people of Washington, I could see that as one of my first things that I would like to do.
And it definitely gives you a literal vote of confidence, number one, and
Right.
it also gives you that immediate qualification that if they're going to actually spill what they really feel, that it has some punch to it.
Right. It could have,
Yeah.
something could happen.
Right.
We need to improve the many services we offer, like we need to work at cleaning up some of the rundown properties. And something we need to also, all of these things, are important things for the city, but we also need to look to the future to develop and encourage attractions that draw visitors and future citizens to Washington. So I've had meetings with people who have ideas in that area, and this wouldn't necessarily be even necessarily something that would involve city money, but if the city could partner with them, and we have many different organizations that we partner with, and we even support, like Main Street, the Chamber of Commerce, Wedge, the Y, we have a partnership with them. So we need to continue to work those partnerships, because that can be an amazing strength for our community when we work together.
Yes, and it's amazing what amenities are here in this small town of Washington when you compare it to other towns of its size in Iowa.
Right.
It's near the top of the nicer small towns.
We have not only a wonderful population with many service organizations and nonprofit groups that do amazing work, we also are in a unique location that we are far enough away from, say, a larger city like Iowa City, that we can sustain certain things here, like a hospital and the clinics that come from the university to our hospital, a movie theater.
Yes.
That is open every day of the week.
The oldest continuously running movie theater in the world.
That is right. And
The
it's
State
special,
Theater,
very
yes.
special designation.
Yes.
And there are so many other things that could be mentioned. We have our own Walmart. I mean,
Yeah,
you laugh at that, but that is true. That's
it's
important.
huge. I mean, besides Walmart, you got Fairway,
Sure.
Hy-Vee, Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on here might be saying, that's listening or watching, might be from a larger metropolitan area and might chuckle at that, but it's a very important amenity. Those are very important amenities, and
Right.
and because of that, with the smaller towns in the outlying areas, they're coming into Washington,
Right.
seeing this city.
Right. And the more people spend their dollars here, that increases our revenues, and so it's a win-win.
Yes. Well, I want to ask you, back on March 25th of this year, City Administrator Deanna McCusker gave a 60-day notice of her resignation. How does that affect the daily operations of the city?
Well, she is with us until the end of May, and the City Council has hired a company to conduct our administrator search. So that is in process. But this is another reason that we need someone with experience leading the city, because the mayor and the council are very involved in that procedure of selecting a new administrator, setting up what we're looking for, conducting the interviews, and ultimately hiring a new person. So it is a critical time for the city. So we need somebody there with some background, some knowledge of, I mean, I've worked under 2 city administrators, 2 mayors, and I have been through this process before. So, the mayor has a job of being the leader. The mayor does not make the decisions. In fact, the mayor can't vote unless it's to break a tie on council decisions. So the mayor has to be a kind of a person that works with others, helping them to, finding out what their thoughts are, trying to come to a consensus.
Right. So has the council have a goal of a time frame to replace
I
Ms.
just saw the
McCusker?
time. I just saw it. I think maybe it's July that we might offer a contract. I'm not positive because I just saw that last night for the list. But we do have a timeline, and we are on the way, to hiring a new administrator. But it will take a few months.
All right. Well, it sounds like at least you've got, all of you have your finger on the pulse of that,
Right,
and
right.
keeping track of it. Now, let's say things go your way on Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, next Tuesday, really.
I know.
What is Millie Youngquist's first priority after being sworn in as mayor?
Well, my first priority would be to thank all the people of the city. My first priority would be to meet with, of course it can't all be done on one day, but to meet with, as I mentioned, the different departments of the city and thank them for their support, offer my open door policy to hear any concerns or ideas, what are their suggestions for moving us forward, and just to reassure them that I'm there for them and for the city, and want to make a difference and make it even better.
That sounds great. Now, my next question while you're talking about that is, because I can just see in your face, you're beaming, you're just proud of this place.
Right.
You personally, as a resident of Washington, Iowa, what is your favorite part of being a resident of this city?
Oh my. Wow, that's hard to say, but I think coming downtown, walking around the square, you see so many people that you say hi to, everyone is friendly, and attending events in Central Park, Farmers Market, the movies, the concerts, the music. There are so many activities at all times of the year that I'm just really proud. And I see the downtown as the heart of the city. It is the symbol on our logo. Yeah. And we need to keep our heart healthy, and we need to continue to invest money in businesses, bringing businesses here. And one way to get businesses to come here is to have good facilities, which we have very good city facilities. This library is one of them.
Yes. New
City Hall fire station, new water treatment plant, new water plant, the wellness park, along with the new YMCA and a new pool that's going to be opening. We have a Southwest Business Park, which is gaining more and more.
Yeah, every time
people.
You drive by, you start seeing more construction activity.
And we have the new welcome signs, and there are going to be some new wayfinding signs pointing to different places in the city. So you know, there's Washington has so much to offer. I'm proud of my hometown. I want to continue working to make it even better.
Well, I wish you the best on the election. I've reached out to all the other candidates, and I've had Elaine Moore on the show already. I'm going to interview Ivan Rangel today. I've reached out to Rob Meyer, and we're trying to work out our schedules so that we can have him on before the election. But you know, there's all of you people care about this city, and the voters are going to decide which one they think will be the best leader. So I'm happy that I am proud that I get to meet with all of you. So that's really important. And before we wrap this up, I always ask all of my guests when they're on, because I don't know everything. And,
nobody does.
Yeah, exactly. We all don't know what we don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, is there a topic I should have asked about that I didn't, that you would like to convey with the audience before we wrap it up?
Well, I think I covered everything. I guess I would like to say that I've had a lot of experiences in many different areas: education, the arts, nonprofit work, fundraising, and this has enabled me to work with a wide variety of people from many backgrounds. As a teacher, I'm naturally curious and interested in learning about many things and helping others see the big picture, because the city is a big picture with many facets. And participating in the arts has taught me to work collaboratively and enabled me to think creatively and look for new solutions. So I think all of these things, I'm naturally even-tempered, and I'm not overly reactionary, and I approach things from looking at them on all sides. I'm open to criticism, and I will have an open door policy. I'm approachable and transparent, all of those things, and I'm concerned with being fiscally responsible for the taxpayers' money. I'm very aware of what we have is because of what people are paying in taxes. So I will look for other funding opportunities like grants and anything else that we can do to help fund some of these things we want to do. So I thank you for your time, and thanks folks for listening.
Yes, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thanks to the Washington Public Library for this wonderful conference room.
All right, thank you.
Thanks to Millie Youngquist for being on the program today. Thanks to you for watching. Washington, Iowa residents, you have a duty on Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, and that is to get out and vote for your next mayor. Pick who you want to lead, and if they get enough votes, they'll be the mayor. I want to thank our sponsors: Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.